Hello everybody, welcome back to the Artisan of Glimmith. We're here at the Forest Trailhead. We've got 6 more puzzles to do. Got some old ones that were giving me trouble out of the way, which is really nice. And there's 4 here that apparently I never saw, perhaps. I would believe that I never saw it. Deltas, polyominoes, and shape banks. So all of these are going to be 4 and 2 and 4 and 2 and 4 and 2 and 4 and 2 and 2 and 4 and 2 and 4 and 2 and 2 and 4 and 2 and 4 and 2 and 2 and 2. Well, that's a bummer. Now, if I do that whole thing in reverse, does it just break again? Is there some more sensible way I should be doing this? Because if that's 4... that's 2. I guess from here, we can dictate whether we want to go out on a 2 or a 4. So if we start here and go around and do 2 and 4 and 2 and 2 and 4 and 2 and 4 and 2 and 2 and 4 and 2 and 2, we get to this. So from here, that would have to be a 4. We can do something about this top row, I think, is where things get interesting. If we do 4 and... oh, excuse me, that has to be the 4. Yes. So 2 and 2, and 4 and 2, and 4 and 2. So that gets the outside edge done. And then it's just a case of... oh, God. 2 and 4 and 1 can't exist there. This is a tragedy. Everything was going so well. Can I flip the script on this then? Can I do a 4 and a 2 and a 2 and a 4? But then this breaks everything. How? How and what and how and what? Do I have a proper logical in for this? I honestly don't know. Apart from finding one of these areas that can be A or B and doing what happens. Like, it's got to be that or that. It just does. This can't exist. But this can go 2-4 rather than 4-2. So that's where I'm getting hung up, is the variability in the corners, I guess. So 4-2, 4. Well, if I leave that as is, I don't know how I had this now. Basically, what I wanted to do... oh yeah, this breaks down here. I wanted to get this to change at that point. But that can't happen either. And now I've just done a whole lap anyway of all of it. So the outside's still unhappy because of this. I don't know where I'm going wrong. Because this can either be right or top or center. That's like the interesting thing about this, right? But if this is that, then this has to be this and go this. Which has to go that. Which has to go this. But we can't have 2s on both sides here. So that forces this to go 4. This to go 2 and 4. Now, I have no idea if this is the way I had it previously. It looks like it is, because I went in from 4 here to 2 here to 4 there with a 1. So what? Do I just try and fill in the center first and then work on the outside from thereafter? Because we can't do... I mean, can we do this? I don't know. So that's 4, that's 2. That's 4, that's 2, that's 2. That's 4, that's 2, that's 4, that's 2, 2, 4. 2 breaks here. And so I can't have this and this both be vertical bars, maybe? Perhaps? So then 4, 2, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 2. So now the outside is different because this is the 4 now. That has to be a 2. That has to be a 2. 2, 2, 2, 2. I don't understand how that all went, to be honest, but we got there. Not my finest work. 4, 4, 5. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 shapes to make, but only 3 of these. Odds are that it's going to be this picking up some stuff, this picking up some stuff, this picking up some stuff, and then the rest of the level. But obviously not like that. Question is, where do we begin? So this is a 4x4 with the center and a corner cut out. So it would be that with like that or something. Now, what I don't like about this is that it means that, well, hold on. 4. That can now get out, which is what I need it to do. I like this corner a lot. And press Q. Smashed it, mate. Very lucky to get the first shape in the correct orientation before the rest of it. Oh, God.
My favourite thing is this mechanic right here.
Okay, precision 4. Rose windows, Delta Gemini. Let's start with some facts. Those are the facts. So this has to get out. And what else? Well, every one of these is 16s. For every one of these is going to have 4 4s in them. They can be the same, they can be neighbors, that's not a problem. This having to be the same as this, having to be the same as this is interesting. So it's going to have to be a 4 that can get to red-blue from all of these edges. Could be something like that. I shouldn't just start coloring, man. This can't be an L like that. There's no way for it to go. Right, so stop coloring in. I know it's my favorite thing to do because I'm a simple-minded person, but it's not just about the colors, it's about the shapes. Pretty colors and shapes. That has to get out. And then what? Great question. There's nothing that says that these can't be together. The only shapes this can be are straight or T. Does that help me? Not massively. I mean, I guess it kind of does. If this can be T or straight, it means this definitely exists. Which is something. Sure isn't a lot, but it sure is something. Who's really remote? Like this red. I mean, this red can touch 3 different blues. This red can touch 2 different blues. This red can touch this blue or this blue. If it's this blue, then this can't be a straight line, this can't be a straight line. So this red can't touch that blue, which means this red touches this blue. That's nice. Don't mind that at all. Now, this can't be a straight line, which means this could be a straight line because it has to be different. I feel like there's a big logical step that I'm not seeing somewhere here. This red can now only get to these 2. So you're picking up one of those. You can't pick up that one, right? So you are picking up one of these as well. If this guy picks up that one, this is forever alone. So I think that's a straight shot. You're picking up you at some way, you're picking up you in some way. Now, how everybody else joins the party here, uncertain. But I feel good about that, with who can reach what there. Which means the option for this guy are T, L, or square. We can't do We could do T, and then that doesn't have to come across to this one. That would have to do that if it did T. This can't be an L, could be a straight. That would have to do that, that would have to do that. I don't love how I'm doing this, but now I'm this far. Oh, here's a question I should have asked ages ago. Can this as a T pick up a red? It cannot. So scratch all of that. And this. And how did I have? I think it was this that I had. So whatever is on the other side of this has to be able to pick up a red and a blue. We can't do it that way because we can't pick up that. So I think it has to be this. As an L shape. Which would be that. That means you pick up that, you pick up that. Then for an L, you can do that and still be valid. Now, don't know why that's there. This could be a T or a straight piece. This could be an L or a T. Either of those can get out, but the T can make an L as well. This is never going to be an L, so that's not a problem for this delta. That has to be an L just because of the way of what's left. Can I make an L work here? Technically, yes. Oh, please be good. Please be good. Nice. Good. 3 more. 6, 5. Where's the last one? Oh, it's behind here. 6. There's the 5. Precision 5 rose windows. Honestly, part of me doesn't understand why, like these thick grey walls that are part of the level, just put those in on the segments where the 2 flowers touch, because they can never not have a wall there, you know? Anywho, precision 5. Well, one of these guys has to get out. Not sure quite how that's gonna divvy things up. Are there any tiles that are white and 5 away from something? I don't think so. Well, I think because we know that if we look at this, this is 8. This is 9. So what we know is that this is going to have to do that to get out. That means that this can't touch the same opposing side wall of itself. So that's going to do that and that, I think. Which means that has to do that to get out. That has to do that. I think that's sound. You might pick that up, but you definitely go to here. Means you have to get out. There's 12 here. I think this has to pick up that, because if you do it, this gets locked in. So So you're picking up that, and then this is ambiguous. And over here, this is ambiguous. Now, this is 12. So it needs to be 3 more than this. Maybe 4 more if this comes out. Now, only one of them can get out of this gate. Which seems like it could be a problem. Honestly. Because I was happy with this up till now. But now that I look at this problem, there's 12 here. But if we take those out, there's 9 there. And like, if you take the 5 lowest, and you take the next 5, you're blocked in. That would solve that problem, which makes that go to the right, I believe. This is still ambiguous. But now we have like a similar situation, though it's less immediately clear with... Oh. There's 12 here, you need 1. Like, it gets squirrely, you know? Is there exactly enough space here for what remains? 40. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Yes. That's interesting. It's like all this open space needs to be accounted for. You can't go there, you can't go there. So actually that's not ambiguous, that's set. Because I forgot we can't double back on ourselves. You can't pen that in, so... I can't do that. That's upsetting. Maybe this? How do I get you a 5th one? It's so close. But it ain't right. Right, up to here, I'm happy. I think. You have to get out, you can't go over, you have to go up. Yep, I'm happy here. So, you have to get out. You have to get out. You might do 1, but you at least have to do 2. Can't do this one, can't do that one. Or you might do that one if you don't do this one. There's a thought. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You must take this. And you must take that. You could go that way. Does that make a difference? I don't feel like it does. What it does do is this and this mean that those are not unique solutions. So it feels like that's going to become more likely to be a solution. Can't cover that tile though. I'm not sure how to resolve this top bit. so ugly. What can I do different? What logic isn't working here? You have to get out. You have to get out to there at least, possibly here, possibly that, possibly those, never this. So that has to be a line. If you go up to there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, can't go to there. Can any other red piece get to this tile? I don't think it can. I think it has to be that. Which means no other red piece can get to this tile. There it is. Got him. 2 more. So it's 6 and 6. Start with this one. Precision 4 polyominoes. Okay, well. This is either this, or this, or this. Doesn't really help. Similar story up here. There's only certain orientations this guy can go in without trapping stuff. That is something to consider. This is fixed. There's only one way this can go, and it is that. So this has to get out. Could be part of a T, could be part of not a T. This can't be the T, because that gets trapped. That can't be the T. Could be that, could be that. Either way, it eats into where this 4 can go, whichever way it's oriented. So that's going that way, that's going that way. I believe. This can't do that, it leaves 1. Can't do that. Can't do that. So this is either this or this. That leaves 5 underneath. That can't exist that way. Am I sure this is correct? Never. So, this can't go down, must go up. Fixed in place. This belongs to part of a T. That T, if it comes over, goes up. Okay, this could be it then. That could do that. I don't know why I didn't think that could do that. So, how does this make 4 without making any dead-end spots? Now, there's nothing to say that this is necessarily how this goes. Obviously. But assuming that this T does go this way because the alternate option didn't work, the 4 has to be compacted into the corner. This T, I think, can only go there because any other option makes voids that we can't fill. That would have to go there. got it. Bit of vibing at the end, but not mad about it. It was just getting these two to stick was the tricky part. Last one. Oh, God. All right, shape bank, polyominoes, Gemini deltas. What is our in? Great question. Great question indeed. I would love to solve this today. I would love to. We've got to get some reasonable sense of a start sometime soon. But there's no neighbor stipulations on anything. So we've got like X, 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 X for a chain, and then this has to be Y, Y. But then this could be X or Z, and then that could be X or Z, blah, 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 carrying on. Well, here's something that we know. A shape cannot go around this corner, because this can't be that shape and not that shape at the same time. Now, it might take one of those spaces, but it can't take both. But that still leaves us with a lot of ambiguity about what's a fact of what we're looking at. If it were two shapes, it would be easy. You just alternate. But no. I don't just want to start sticking stuff in and seeing what goes right or wrong about it, though. I really don't. Like, this T is either this or this. Is that the only options? Because it can't be upside down, it can't be shifted right, it can't be shifted left. So it's that or that. Is that helpful? Not terribly. I think that would mean this has to be a T. And that has to be a T. But that means this would have to be a T and not a T at the same time. Or we could do it that way. And then this has to not be a T. This would have to then be a T, and it can't be a T in that place. So I think that tells me that this is true. I hope. Then what? Well, this is either a 2 or a chevron, because it can't be a T. Okay, well, it tells us this. This can't go up this way, because that would be a 1, so that has to go across. Now, that could still be a 2 or a 3. If it's a 3, they could all be valid like that. Down here we can do 3 and 3, or 3 and 3. There's a lot of options to get out of that corner with a 2-3 set. Okay, well, if this... No, that doesn't have to be true. This is either going to be this or this, which means that is true and that is true. Is that very helpful? I don't know, but it's true. It's something. I'm just colouring again. Where can we do something that's certain? The position of these polyominoes is so interesting. How they all cut the corners of the larger square. Now, none of these pieces that I can tell must interact with the kind of central ring here that makes up the tiles that will then have to go through this entire sequence of polyominoes. Sorry, of delta Geminis. Because we go like same, different, same, different, same, different, same, different. Is there some defined logic in that about how many times we have to use each different piece or something? I've no idea. This has to go out to here. It can either be a 3, or a 2, or a T. Can't be a T that way. Only that way. If this is a T, that means that would have to be a T, and that can't be it. Because this has to equal that. So, in the world of 2, 3, 4, this can be a 2 or a 3, because it can't be a 4. Wait. Yeah, we can't cross that corner with that. Oh, if I just immediately found a version of things that could be. So, 4, 4, this would have to be a T. This would have to not be a T. That could do that. This would have to be a 2 or a 3. If it's a 3, it can't go there. It would have to be a 2. This would be a 2. No. Yeah, this would be a 2. This would have to be a 3. This would have to be a 3. This would have to be a 2. That would have to be a 2. Like, I know this is almost certainly wrong. But is all of this true? Because if it's all true, I can see if I can colour in the rest. You know? Oh, this T-shape breaks me. I can't have this T-shape here. I think I just have to put this down. Like, this is as far as I've got. And I've got no next best step to take. But this is correct, so that's nice. Alright, I'm going to let my brain percolate for a while with the Delta Gemini problems ahead. So that leaves one on Forest Trailhead, one on Rose Windows, one on Polyominoes, Mingle's done, Precision's done, one on Forest Trailhead. Then I can't even remember what gets introduced over here. Area number shouldn't be too bad. Palisades might be okay. Mismatch might be alright. We've got lots to do around here, but for now, thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe for more. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.